Hey guys, Heavy Arm 45 here. Now, I said that I was going to do a video dealing with Saitama versus Ken from Fist of the North Star. And I actually have it done, and it's coming out today. It's going to be coming out with this video right here. And the thing is that I planned on doing it, had it ready, missed that Friday, and if I don't have it done for y'all on Friday, I'm not going to have it made for y'all. Well, I'm not going to put it out till the next Friday. And so I was ready last Friday to go ahead and give it to y'all. And someone who I like talking to said that I was wrong and that we got into a discussion where I pulled up the video from Seth the Programmer talking about how even Krillin could mud stomp Saitama, and they completely got upset with me at that point. They told me that I was wrong. Everyone that they talked to says that Saitama would beat Krillin. So this is a Saitama versus Krillin conversation. And the thing that I have to say is that I stand behind my answer on the first video about Ken versus Saitama. And really, I would say at the same time that Krillin from Dragon Ball Super would completely demolish Saitama. You can dislike it, I don't care. I'm going to say that I haven't read the manga, but because this person disagreed with me so much, I did like they said, and I watched the show from the first season to episode 9 that they had out when I had talked to this person. So if episode 10 or 11 is out and I missed it, I'm sorry. But I can say from what I've seen of it that and that's the problem that I think a lot of people have. We have this whole fan thing where we're, as fans, we really like a character so much that we think that they can't lose to anybody. That's what you have when you have people who are Superman fans. That's what you have when you have people who are Saitama fans. And some people that are Dragon Ball Z fans. You know, no matter what you do, you can never beat this person. This person always is going to be able to win. And that's not the case with me. I came to this very objectively, and I'm going to try and tell you how objective I am. When you look at a show like Saitama, you have to look at the people that he's going against. A lot of the people that he's going against, they're not super powered like him. They are regular people who have a extraordinary power. His special power is that he is super strong. He can defeat anybody in one punch. He's so strong that he is more durable, and he's he's quicker than the average person. Most people, I would say, in Saitama's world is probably, if they actually have like the Fish King that he fought, probably has about the endurance of a building. And we've seen Saitama take out not just a building, but multiple buildings in one punch. And that's really his ability. His biggest endurance feat, I would say, is him coming back from the moon to Earth. And some people want to say that that's a speed feat. I would not consider that a speed feat, just for the fact of a lot of the stuff that he did. The pushing off from the moon going towards Earth would have basically been fast enough to get him into the atmosphere. And once he really got into the atmosphere, gravity is basically pulling him down from that point to where you get to where you having stuff they call terminal velocity pulling on him. So the speed that he came in with would have doubled to make it to where when he finally hit the ground, all that pressure from hitting terminal velocity and probably the possible sonic boom of him doing that would have hit him to where that terminal velocity would have hit him to where he basically would have been basically a giant puddle once he hit Earth. But because of his well-toned body, he was able to do that. Now, we haven't seen anything that has been able to do damage. But I'm going back to what I said. He's going against ordinary people. There's nothing. A lot of people that he's going against is not super. They're not super strong like him and things like that. They're just regular people with extraordinary powers. He fought the Beast King. Not really a really strong person. He fought, it wasn't like he had he just had the powers of a beast. That's literally all he had. I'm trying to think of other people Saitama beat in the show. The alien in the end of the first season, he fought him. He didn't even have a great amount of endurance. Or durability. He just kind of like each time he lost a part from the one punch, he grew it back because he had regenerative abilities to where he was able to regenerate from those hits he took. But he technically, every time he got hit, he lost a body part. So he kept losing to Saitama over and over until finally he just wasn't able to get up after a while. That's literally what happened to him. So with Saitama and him, so those are the things that I can say about Saitama. With Krillin, on the other hand, I would say that it would be difficult for someone to say what Krillin could do because Krillin's always going against people stronger than him. Everybody says that basically he wouldn't be able to do anything. You have to think, though, he's fighting people a lot of times that are stronger than him. He fought the androids. If you go back, but let's look at feats that people say, though. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around, but I'm getting to this point first. People say that Saitama can destroy a world. We know from back during the Saiyan saga that Piccolo was able to destroy the moon. Which moon level, he's able to do that. Vegeta, at that point, also was able to had the potential to destroy Earth in basically one shot. And it wasn't like he needed a lot of power. He had one ball that he was on fire, and if he wasn't stopped, the Earth would have been destroyed. Once we get to the actual levels when it comes to, once we get to like Namek, it starts being to where Krillin has trained himself to where he was, I want to say once he had his potential opened up by Guru, that he was able to have the same amount of level, the same power level as what Vegeta had back during the time. So he was able to destroy Earth by that point. He might have been able to do it before then. So both him and Saitama at that point is able to destroy the Earth. Light speed. We know from back during Dragon Ball, the original one, Goku in his training to learn how to defeat Piccolo had to go through training to where he was able to go about the speed of lightning, which is as mind you, slower than actual light. But as their power levels go up, we also find out that your speed goes up and your endurance. So the more powerful you are, the faster you are. And if you don't believe that, you can look at back during the Cell Saga when Goku was fighting Cell. Out, he was like, "I'm done," and he lets Gohan come in. The first thing he started saying to Gohan is like, "Gohan, you thought I was taking it easy on him, weren't you?" He's like, "Yeah, I thought." He's like, "I was wondering when you was on Astro Star being serious." And basically, Goku had to tell him, "Son, I was being serious." The thing is that the reason everything seems so simple to you is because your power level is greater than mine. And literally, when you actually think about it, that was the whole deal about it. That when you get to those points, the higher your power level is, the stronger you are. The more power you have, the faster you are. So Krillin, by this point, because by the time we get to Dragon Ball Super, he is about the same power level as Goku was in Super Saiyan. And Super Saiyan is 4 times what his regular power would have been back at the end. And so that means that that Krillin is about the same speed as Goku was back then. And that was faster than light back then. So Goku and Saitama is supposedly faster than light. And that was back during the Namekian saga. That was... We'll say that happened somewhere around the end of the Cell Saga, probably beginning of the Buu Saga. So by the time we get to the whole thing of him in Dragon Ball Super, that means that he would have dwarfed Saitama by that point. And I understand that, we got a lot of people that say Saitama can. If you put Krillin or anyone else from DBZ world, of any one of the Z fighters in there, they probably could do the same thing. Each one. If you put anyone in the DBZ world into another world, they probably would completely demolish most villains. If you put them into the My Hero Academia world, demolish them. If you would have put the Z fighters into Tokyo Ghoul, there'll be no more ghouls. These worlds are built for specific people, and when we're talking about trying to move them to someplace else, like, let's say that we moved Saitama over into the universe of Dragon Ball, and we gave him a ki blast and everything like that. He still, with what he's shown, he wouldn't be a challenge for Krillin. Not at what he said right now, I would say. And I know we have a lot of videos out showing Saitama defeating Vegeta, beating JoJo from JoJo Bizarre Adventures. We have him fighting just about any person you can think of. And everybody's like, yeah, he'll win. I think that's a lot of hype for somebody who, in his world, yes, he's powerful. And I give him all respect. I've watched the show. I'm liking it. I can't wait for the next episode to come out. But at the same time, putting him up against Goku or Krillin or anyone from the Z Fighters, they're on a totally different level. They're basically fighting people that are basically on the same level with them. And that's the problem with saying that Krillin couldn't beat Saitama because he wasn't able to beat Frieza. Well, if he was even able to take a punch from Frieza, that's a lot better than some people that Saitama is fighting. Each person in the DBZ world is basically sharpening themselves on stones. They're working hard through people. Saitama has basically, through every day he does 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and a 6-kilometer run. That's all he says he does. Other than that, you see him sit around doing nothing. Other than that, that is his absolute training. That is all he does every day. Other than that, he's trying to find people that need saving and eating and hanging out with King. Like, if it was a situation of Krillin and Saitama sparring, I still feel that Krillin would win. I'm not going to try and provoke you anymore because I've already probably got enough people that's on to have to say something about this. If I'm wrong, please tell me what points am I wrong. But I'm just coming with you with the facts that I know. That when it comes to Krillin, the more your power level is, the stronger you are. And it is I'm pretty sure that by the time we get to Dragon Ball Super, he's exceeded the power of what Goku was when he was Super Saiyan on Namek. Not Super Saiyan now, but back when he was on Namek. Because the power level just keep going higher and higher. And Saitama, he has no one really to challenge him, so he doesn't have anyone to actually make him stronger. He just don't stay at this level because there is nothing else he needs to do right now.